Okay, hello guys. So sorry, my apologies. I do not know what happened there. Looks like my live stream just cut. Yeah, so sorry. Gonna look to carry on the live stream to the normal time, 12 p.m. Do not know what happened there. Some technical difficulties. Cannot speak. Yeah, sorry, William. Will never happen to you again. You have my word. My apologies there. But I am back. I am back. Didn't know what happened there. We'll have to take a look into that, make sure it doesn't happen again. But thanks guys for coming back. Really do appreciate that. Oh, rhyming there. But yeah, so like I said, for USD, looking for that retracement to come and hit that level and then see if we can take that on. But which does kind of conflict with my AD CAD because I'm biased on that, looking for a move to the upside. But then I want to see some retrace for ADUSD, so that means I have to see some weakness for AD CAD. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm already in an AUD pair anyway, so I might not even look to take that ADUSD trade anyway because I'm already in that AUD position. But yeah, looking for a move to the upside for ADUSD, but if it doesn't retrace, I'll let that one go. Already in an AUD position, AUD CAD. Looking for that push to the upside, of course. Hello Rex, how are you? Hope you are doing very well. Thank you again for joining the live stream. Do really appreciate that. Again, if you're in any trades, let us know and take a look and see how they're getting along. If you're looking at any different pairs, want some analysis on any pairs you're looking at, or you want to trade a certain pair, want an opinion, just let us know. Take a look at it together and see what's going on with that pair. But yeah, thanks for joining, Rex. Do appreciate that. Hundred percent, William. Taking that Forex emotions into the live stream, I do like that a lot. Keep the emotions out of the way. Only stay in control what we can control, which is entries, stop loss, and take profit. It's the only thing we really can control. We can't control if the market go up or down, which is a shame, to be fair, because if we could, we'll all be billionaires by now. But hey, that's just the way of the world. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at Euro NZD for this pair. So again, this pair is just, it's not really showing much opportunities here. I was expecting to see a breakout finally for Euro NZD coming this week, which we still could do. Of course, it's only Tuesday, but again, price action is not quite there. I think we could be in for a nice move to the downside for Euro NZD, back down to these lows potentially. We've broken through this trend line here in the market, so if I connect these recent lows here, so again, first, second, third test, did break to the downside, kind of had that retest kind of sort of with that big bearish candle there, so we kind of retest the wick to the upside. Of course, it's the daily time frame, by the way, but I had that strong bearish candle push into the downside there, and now we're kind of just moving sideways. So Euro NZD, my bias is to the downside. I think we have kind of sort of broken out of this consolidation that we have on our left here. So if I scroll across on the 4H, you see you have all of this consolidation here in the market. We broke to the downside, creating new lows below it. Of course, we haven't really broken out of that area, because if I do take a line across, you can see price is still kind of trading along it. But I think because we just had a break to the downside, it looks like price wants to break to the downside properly and see that momentum come into the market. If I drop to the hourly time frame, you can see we're starting to make some lower highs here in the market. So if I just highlight that wick up there, so that's one high, another push to the downside, creating a lower high, and then potentially, again, it's not confirmed yet, but this could be our next lower high there in the market. So we are slowly creating lower highs there on the hourly, and it looks like price wants to slowly push to the downside and probably break to the downside. So yeah, I'm definitely favoring USD breaking to the downside, but like I did say before, it's a very choppy pair on the daily. Yeah, exactly, William. So yeah, the price action is just very, very choppy. Looking at that from a daily perspective, and like I did say before, we do still have this support here in the market, which is kind of keeping us moving sideways. So even though I do expect to see that break to the downside, it might not be the best pair to trade. And maybe if you're looking to trade breakouts, this could be a pair to trade for you if you want to trade the breakout, maybe a break and retest, and then look for some shorts after that. But again, looking at this from a daily and looking at this from a 4H, it's not the best pair to trade. There are definitely better pairs out there to look to buy and sell. So yeah, not looking to get involved with that pair just yet. AD&D, haven't looked at this pair in a while, see what's happening with this pair. On the daily time frame, we've had this. I could just zoom out, give myself a little bit more context. So we had a big push to the upside, so we're retracing corrective price action there in the market. We are still forming those higher highs, higher lows. So we've had this push to the upside around 1.09 400. We'll pull back, so having a bit of a hard time trying to break through that 200. If I jump on the 4H, again, we've pushed the upside, pull back, push the upside, pull back. I don't know. So AD&D, it looks like it wants to go bullish, but it's struggling to do so. We're breaking through some structural levels here in the market. So again, key level here in the 4H. We broke through that. We did create a higher low, kind of sort of. Well, we haven't actually created it yet because we haven't taken out that previous high there. But it does look like we're creating a higher low potentially, or a double bottom there at least. So if I highlight this area, this could be a double bottom there in the market. We haven't taken out that high there, which is kind of the key level, key resistance that I do want to be taken out. So we can see some retrace, look for the high low formation and take that higher. But right now we're kind of falling to the downside without taking out that level. So it looks like AD&D could be on its way back down to this support potentially. And if it is, that means we're going to see some. Well, that means we're going to see a stronger NZD than AUD. So maybe NZD probably is the better pair to trade than AUD. But yeah, if it doesn't fail to take out that resistance, I do see price falling back down to that support, probably for another push to the upside. Euro CHF. So again, haven't looked at that pair in a long time. So going to see what's happening for Euro CHF. So 4H, we've just had a big push to the upside there. I'll go on the daily, zoom out a little bit of context. So Euro CHF has been trending to the upside for the past few months now. Clearly seeing that on the daily. We had this big explosive push to the upside not too long ago. And it looks like the price action we're seeing right now, it looks just to be retrace of that big push to the upside that we've had. So with that in mind, I do feel like Euro CHF direction is to the upside, and that the trend we're seeing to the downside is just a retracement. So with that said, yeah, I do feel like Euro CHF direction is to the upside here. Looks like we've taken out this low just about, which again is a nice technical aspect to see, because it does look like price is taking out stop losses, taking out orders, faking people out, and then we could be seeing a bigger push to the upside, especially when we look at the 4H time frame and we're seeing a very, very bullish candle like we've just seen now. It does show a lot of bullish intent to the upside. So yeah, I would say my bias is to the upside. I think I did look at this pair last week and I did say get ready for some bullish momentum, because looking at the structure of this pair, we've seen a nice push to the downside, retrace, push to the downside, retrace. Now we've seen this big push to the downside. Now after this big bullish candle we've just seen on the 4H, showing us a lot of bullish intent, taking out previous structural levels. So if I drop in the hourly, you can see we are taking out some previous structural levels here in the market, such as this resistance over here, which is again showing us that price does want to go bullish. So a bit of retrace could look to go long, but of course in William's sake, probably looking to buy on that daily candle. But yeah, bias is to the upside. Again, 4H will definitely overextend to the downside, looking to retrace to the upside, and daily looks like we could be starting another continuation of that bullish trend. So yeah, I do feel Euro CHF is on its way up. Again, first targets will probably be that resistance up here, which is around 1.10640. and if it takes up that level, then we probably could see price go a lot further back to highs. But yeah, EUR/CHF bias is to the upside now. Want to see a bit retrace for me to get involved, but of course William will probably look to buy that on the daily candle. But yeah, bias is definitely to the upside for EUR/CHF. Hello, how are you doing? Hope you are doing okay. Again, let me know if you're looking to buy or sell any different pair. Look at it together, see what's going on with that pair. Or if you're just interested in some analysis, just let me know. Any pairs you're looking at, we'll take a look at them together, see what's going on. And also let me know the time frame as well, what time frame you're looking to buy and sell at. Whether you're looking at the 15-minute or you're looking at the 4H, looking at the daily, let me know. So you can take a closer look at what time frame you're looking to work on as well. But welcome to the live stream. Do appreciate you joining us. Yeah, so the first area, again, if you look at this from a daily point of view, I'll probably say it might be a bit aggressive, the first TP. From a daily point of view, I would say it's around 1.10630, that resistance that I've just highlighted there. I would say that's the first take profit, really, because if you look at the structure of the market, we've had this push to the downside, pull back, push downside, pull back, push the downside. So if this was to turn bullish, that should be the first resistance that could probably send this trade back down, and it become potentially a bit of a potentially see price action push further, so it fails the setup. So I would say that is the area that I'll look to see if price can hit first. 1.1017, which is around okay, so yeah, just below what I'm thinking. So yeah, like I said, it's slightly aggressive because you do want to see price kind of take out some key levels. But yeah, I do agree that you do have some support resistance there. So yeah, it does look like a nice area to take profit initially. Because again, TP1, you don't want to have it too aggressive, because again, TP1 is supposed to get you to profit, so you can take some profit off the table rather than just having a winning trade altogether. So yeah, I do agree anywhere within that area, really. I think the TP that I had up there is probably a little bit more aggressive. But yeah, anywhere in that area I think is a good area to look to take off a position there, yeah. And looking at this from a weekly point of view as well, it looks like we've just had an impulsive leg, and now we're retracing on the weekly as well. So yeah, all time frames look like they're on their way up as well. So we've got weekly, daily and 4 hourly kind of showing us the same thing. So it's good that time frames are in sync, and then look to capitalize on that move. So yeah, bias is the upside for EUR/CHF. Personally, I want to see a little bit more retrace, but could take off anyway. Again, AD/CAD, this trade looks alright. Looks like it's getting on okay on the hourly there. Did take it on the 4H. So again, we're only about an hour and a half in, so not too much development has happened for that trade. Probably will be in it for the rest of the week, maybe even coming into next week as well. So gonna see how that one gets on. We'll let you guys know, of course, how it gets on as well, and we'll post updates on the Telegram group chat to see how that trade gets on, and if I do take any profit, I will let you guys know as well. Yeah, that makes sense, William. So again, don't have any risk on the table there, and you can just kind of let your mind ease, because you're not worrying about if the trade will succeed or not. Once your stops are at break even, you can just let the trade do it at once, and if it becomes a good winner, it becomes a good winner. If it comes and stops you out, it comes and stops you out. So good process that for the mind, to take your position off and just let it run, which I'm planning to do for AD/CAD, but I want to see some levels get taken out around here, or at least tested at least, before I look to get involved with taking profit off. But I might take profit off a little bit for that, at around that level here in the market. Could send us back down, so going to see how that gets on for AuduCAD. And yeah, stops just below that previous low there. Yeah, GU long I missed as well. I did say on my weekly analysis video that I'm looking to go long on GPUSD after a little bit of retrace, but of course that did not happen at all yesterday. Price just took off, along with GBJPY and a lot of other GBP pairs, of course, to the upside without any retracement. So I didn't really get a chance to get involved in that move if you weren't already involved last week. So this week, not really much opportunity. But of course, can't capture all of those trades or all of those moves. But yeah, price was looking very, very bullish for GPUSD. Starting to slow down now. Waiting to see if we can get some retracement before getting back involved. USD CAD, we'll take a look at USD CAD. So USD CAD for this pair, again, it's another USD pair, and I do still think we're going to see a lot more USD weakness. However, like I said, I do feel like we're in need of some retracement to the upside for USD CAD after really seeing price fall to the downside in the past few days or so. So I do feel like for USD CAD we could see a push to the upside, but again, if you're looking for buys, you do have to be a little bit careful, because again, all the time frames, pretty much from the monthly all the way down to pretty much the hourly time frame, are bearish. So if you're looking for buys, you're up against pretty much every single time frame, the higher time frames. So you don't really want to be looking to hold for that trade for too long, just because the trend is very much down, and I do think we'll probably see a lot more USD weakness coming to the next few weeks. Of course, I do expect to see some retracement, a push to the upside. So if you are looking to capitalize on those retracements to the upside, just maybe make sure you take your profit quickly, and maybe don't be too aggressive with your targets. But USD CAD right now on the hourly is just moving sideways. It's consolidating. 30 minutes, same thing there. I'm not seeing too much opportunities to get involved down on those time frames. Hourly as well. 4H moving sideways. I did say it would be nice to see a push to the upside to around this area here, kind of the previous swing there on the hourly. See if you can get another double top there, retest it, show some rejection, and then from here could look for some shorts, and then see if you can get a nice move to the downside. Look to ride that further at around 1.21810. So looking for shorts for USD CAD and see if you can get a push up, and then look to take that down. But not really looking to get involved for USD CAD right now, because it's again very, very choppy. So you can look to get involved in some buys, but a little bit more risky, a little bit more risk on the table. Maybe you want to reduce your risk if you do take that trade. Scalping on the hourly time frame. So yeah, again, the price action is very choppy, so again, might not even be the best pair to scalp because of the way it's moving. Looking at a 30 minutes, so yeah, I personally would see there's better pairs out there to look, such as like AUDUSD maybe, or NZDUSD. I'm not really seeing that much clarity here with USD CAD. So yeah, we could see a push to the upside. You're not wrong, but this consolidation could lead to another push lower. So yeah, I'll look personally for other pairs, but you could probably snatch a few candles to the upside, so 2-3 bullish candles to the upside, and that could give you a good trade there, because price is very, very extended, and I am again expecting to see some retrace, a pullback to the upside before eventually continuing back down. So yeah, 2-3 candles, if that's what you're looking for, could happen for USD CAD. But again, it's very sideways, so I think there are probably better pairs out there to look to go and trade. No, William, I haven't actually tried prop trading before, so wouldn't be the best person to recommend you any firms because I haven't actually done it before. But yeah, currently have not tried prop trading before, so again, probably not the best person to ask. Yeah, CAD JPY, we're looking at that one earlier. I did say probably do expect to see a push to the downside, which does look like it's kicking off right now. There on the 30-minute on the hourly. So yeah, I did say probably about 20 minutes ago we do expect to see a push to the downside, because again we're looking at the daily. The 4H price was very overextended to the upside, numerous candles down the daily to the upside, not much retracement. We're coming to a key area of 90 kind of psychological level, so I do expect to see some retrace to the downside potentially. Again, we do have some supports to target, so support there, support around about here, and you've got another one all the way down here. So kind of targets there for CAD JPY. If it does break through that one, then we expect to see a push to around 89,400, push through that one, then we can see a push to around to 89 on the dot. So yeah, I do feel like CAD JPY is going to relieve itself. Again, I'm not saying we're having a reversal right now, so if you are in shorts or looking to take shorts, probably don't want to have your trade on for too long. But because daily, weekly, we're very overextended to the upside, we're due some retrace, I think that's what we're seeing now in the market. So yeah, Rex, I do agree. It looks like CAD JPY is on its way to the downside there. Okay, so Eden, yeah, AUD/USD, my bias is the upside as well for that pair. Again, yeah, bias. What time frame are you looking to get involved in that, or looking at the 5-minute, 15-minute, hourly, 4-hourly? Because yeah, AUD/USD as a term from a swing point of view, I think it's still going up. Looking at the lower time frames, 30-minute, 15-minute for AUD/USD. It loads. A little bit choppy on the lower time frames, 15-minute, 5-minute, a little bit choppy. But yeah, I do see price pushing back to highs, back to 0.7886, so that's around the highs there. So yeah, I do see price pushing up. Okay, so going to the 15-minute, yeah, I do see price pushing up. We've just create some new highs above that level there. It looks like we're failing to break through this key area of support in the market. So you can see first, second, third, fourth. We're failing to break through those areas there in the market. We recently just created some new highs there past that previous high there in the market, and it does look like we're pushing lower to the downside. Again, I think if we do push lower, it's just probably going to be retraced as long as this support does stay intact. I do feel like USD/JPY, AUD/USD is pushing to the upside there, and I do feel 0.78600 will be reached probably by the end of the day, and then maybe back to highs by tomorrow potentially. But yeah, I do agree that AUD/USD does have a lot of upside potential. Right now we're looking a little bit bearish there, so it looks like we're seeing a little bit of retracement. But I do agree that AUD/USD should be moving higher unless it goes and takes out that support there, of course, and then maybe we could see a little bit more retracement to the downside after that. But yeah, I do agree with bias to the upside, but probably want to see how that position plays out first and then look to get involved after that. No, actually I use this is the 14 and I use the 200, so, and it's the simple moving averages as well for both of them, so use the 14 and the 200. So it looks like Euro USD is pushing to the downside there as well. Might see a bit retracement for this pair. Like I did say earlier on, I want to see a bigger push to the downside for Euro USD and a lot of the USD pairs to get involved in some longs. So I still feel like they're a little bit overstretched to the upside, and I feel like we could see some longs from that area. But coming into that resistance there for Euro USD, you can see we've pushed the downside coming back up. We're seeing a bit of retracement. Overall, I think I'm going to treat this as consolidation, so then draw support there in the market and then resistance up here. So I'm just going to treat that area as indecision, not really looking to get involved in an opportunity there for Euro USD, but it would be nice to push back down to around this area here in the market. Like I said, resistance, resistance, support, support, resistance, support again. And then if you could tap back into that level, will be a nice level to look to get involved in. A nice push to the upside there for Euro USD. Again, talking from a swing point of view, I know some people might be looking to get involved in some shorts on the lower time frames, like the 30-minute and 15-minute. Take advantage of those shorts, but again, I'm not too sure because we do have a lot of indecision here, and price might want to push to the upside or break lower. I need a little bit more development there to be sure of which way price could move. So not looking to get involved with that, but yeah, if we can get a push to the downside there, we'll look to go long to the upside for Euro USD in the market there. So nice to see a move lower. Of course, it doesn't have to happen yet, and a push into those levels to take advantage of that swing. But yeah, currently in AD CAD, going to see how that trade moves on. Seeing a little bit of retracement to the downside, but yeah, still very, very early on in this trade, and see if we can get a continuation to the upside here. Yeah, sure, we'll take a look at USGPY. So USGPY looking for a move to the downside there. Looks like it's pushing lower. Had a bit of retracement yesterday, I do believe, off NFP. So I think Friday, this is where we have the NFP, the push to the downside on that bearish candle there. And looks like we're having a bit of retracement to the upside. So yeah, my bias is the downside. Looks like we're spiking lower there. You can see in the market breaking through this counter trend line. So I just draw this in, breaking through that counter trend line, and we're pushing to the downside. So yeah, I do feel like USGPY is on its way down. Do have a little bit area of support that might cause a bit of issues, but I think if we can break through that, USGPY will probably kick off to the downside quite well, and see price probably push back down to these lows here on the 4-hourly time frame. Because again, looks like on the daily we've had this bullish run to the upside. I think it could be time for price to start reversing and seeing price create some lower lows here. And if that is the case, we should be taking out these key areas of support. It does look like we're holding this area of resistance here in the market. So if I just highlight that area there, you can see resistance all across here, support, support, turn resistance, and we're kind of just rejecting that area quite nicely. So yeah, USGPY, I'm expecting to see that push to the downside as long as we hold into that resistance around 108, well, basically 109 actually. So around 109, if you do hold into that resistance, I do feel like USGPY is on its way down, and if you take out that support just below us here, price will probably really go a lot further. But yeah, it looks good down the hourly. We're seeing a lot of impulsive price action to the downside. 4H, I probably want to see a little bit more movement to the downside, so a bigger candle essentially to the downside there for USDJPY, but I do feel it's on its way down now, as long as we fail to take out 109, which it does look like we're holding, so I do expect to see that continuation happen to the downside. So I hope that analysis helped there on USDJPY. Euro USD, for this pair, again, yeah, I'm looking for longs as well for Euro USD, but like I did say earlier, I want to see a bit more retracement to the downside first before I do look to go long on this pair, simply because we've had that NFP news on Friday last week, and it really took price to the upside. So now I want to see price go and retrace that move, come back to this key area here around 1.20650, and then if we get some nice bullish price action from around there, we'll look to go long on Euro USD. And similar with some of the other USD pairs, I want to see a bit of retracement first before looking to get involved in those pairs, and Euro USD is definitely one of them. So hourly, I kind of draw levels above and below price action there, treating that as a bit of indecision. I want to see price break to the downside first, come tap into my level, give me some bullish confirmations, bullish price action, and then we'll look to go long from then on and see if we can take advantage on a move to the upside. So yeah, looking to trade a USD on the 4H stroke 1 hourly time frame. What time frame are you looking to get involved there for Euro USD? But yeah, I do agree with those longs for USD. Do see a lot of upside potential for this pair. Oh, nice, William. It looks good, to be fair. Because if we push back down to where NFP took us, so NFP, I believe, came in this bearish candle here, took us down to that support. So if you do take out that support and create new lows past the NFP, I do feel like this trade will really kick off for you to the downside back to 107, 500, which is this low down here. I feel like we could go a lot further than that as well. So yeah, it looks like USDJPY could play out quite nicely. It looks like we're having a bit of retracement, slowly turning bearish again, and could see that trade kick off to the downside there. Okay guys, so we're coming up to the end of the live stream in a little bit, so make sure if you want me to take a look at any pairs, you let me know so we can analyze them together, see what's happening with those pairs, and let me know what time frame again you're working on as well. But yeah, just gonna see how this 80 cab position gets on. Again, I'm live streaming tomorrow, so make sure you guys are there and check it out. We'll probably still be in the 80 cab position, so we'll let you guys know how that is getting on. But yeah, if you guys want me to look at any pairs, just let me know. We'll analyze them together, and just let me know what time frame as well you're looking at. yeah, so EuroCHF, we were looking at that earlier. It does look like we could get some confirmation on the daily by the end of the day. Looking at the 4-hourly price action, you can see this big impulsive candle to the upside. Very, very strong price action there, and the momentum is very much to the upside. Hourly, we're seeing some retracement, but that is probably going to be expected. Daily candle, again, it might pull back, so again, waiting for that end of the day candle to close. Things could look slightly different, of course. If price does pull all the way back down, then there probably won't be any confirmation to get involved. So yeah, make sure you stay patient. But we are seeing that intent in the 4H. So it does look like we could get the confirmation by the end of the day. And if it is, probably see tomorrow or maybe the rest of the week, we see EuroCHF creep up to the upside. And again, like I said, it would be nice to see a bit of retracement to get involved from the lower time frame perspective. But EuroCHF does look like it's on its way up after seeing the retracement that we've seen on the 4H to the downside. So yeah, it does have some upside potential, but again, the important thing to wait for that daily candle closure and get those confirmations. Hey, Gavin, we'll take a look at gold now. I actually haven't taken gold. Take a look at gold throughout this whole live stream, so we'll make sure I do that now. So gold, again, this pair very, very bullish the past few days or so. You can see on the daily chart, still pushing to the upside, dropping lower to the 4H. Again, bit of a range, bit of consolidation. Look at the 4H, look at the hourly as well. Price is starting to take a breather, but again, my bias is very much to the upside for gold. I did say on my weekly forecast, weekly analysis video this week. If you haven't taken a look at that, make sure you go take a look at that video. But I did expect to see more continuation to the upside for gold this week. So if you do see retracement to the downside, it's likely just to be retracement in order for a bigger move to the upside, because gold looks like it's finally starting to break out here and it could really take off to the upside. I think 1850 could be where gold wants to go to next. So gold right now, a little bit corrective, looks like it's starting to turn bullish. So we've had this big impulsive candle for gold, we've had a bit of retracement, price is pushing up, did create a new high, very corrective move to the downside, and now it's starting to push to the upside again. So like I said before, my bias is very much to the upside. If we see a pullback, can be looking to get involved for buys for this pair. So hourly, we are starting to push. We've created some new highs above this resistance here in the market, so we are looking quite bullish there. I do expect price action to continue. So maybe on the lower time frames, I'm seeing an opportunity, but looking at this from like a hourly, 4-hourly point of view, I want to see a little bit more retracement to get me more interested in gold. So like we do have this area here of a nice area of demand where we did see a big push to the upside. If you were to come back in, tap into that area, it will be a nice place to look to go long for gold, expecting to see another swing to the upside. So preferably for me, I want to see a bit more retracement for gold first and then look to get involved and then look to get involved for gold and see you can get capitalized on a nice push to the upside. But yeah, bias is very much to the upside for that pair. I hope that analysis did help. Thank you, William. Thanks for joining. Really did appreciate that and your contribution today. Much appreciated. And yeah, see you again tomorrow. Best of luck to you too. 1850. Yeah, 1850 can be a shorting area for gold, but again, you're probably kind of up against it a little bit at 1850, because by then price action will probably look very, very bullish at that time. So you'll be going against the trend and against the structure of gold a little bit. So yeah, it's a good shorting area, but I wouldn't say hold on for that trade for too long. I do expect to see some retracement coming to gold now, because it's been really, really bullish. We've seen some big bullish candles to the upside, taking us further, covering 100, 200 pips at a time. So yeah, we are definitely due to see gold relax, start to exhaust sooner or later. 1850 could be that area, but again, because you're up against it a little bit, probably take profit slightly quicker, and maybe not have your targets of where price could go too aggressive, because price could easily turn against you, because I do think gold the long term is still very much to the upside as well. No problem, happy to help. Thank you for joining the live stream. That means a lot as well, so happy to help. But yeah, it has just gone 12 p.m, so I will be looking to wrap up the live stream anyway. Going to do a quick analysis of some of the pairs we looked at earlier, see how they've gotten on since 10 a.m, and also my current trade as well. So AUD, like I said, biases to the upside for this one. Would be nice to see a little bit of retracement to the downside first and then the continuation, but I wouldn't be surprised if we were to push the upside back to highs anyway, without the deeper retracement, because again in the 4H would be nice to see price go and retest the previous resistance across here, now turn support, and then see the continuation, which is what I'm looking for. But of course, if that doesn't happen, it does not happen there for AUD. But yeah, I want to see that continuation to the upside, back to highs, and a lot further than that. EURUSD, similar thing there as well. Did highlight this key level there in the market, so I do want to see that price action there come around this area. I do want to see that pullback. Right now, treating the current price action as just indecisive for EURUSD. Not sure what it wants to do. It could break to the upside, break to the downside, but yeah, not really looking to get involved in the price action that's going on right there. So want a little bit more development for EURUSD, but like I said, it would be nice to see a bit of retracement back to this area, then look to get involved in the long, potentially for that pair. GPUSD, similar thing here as well, very, very bullish. Want to see a bit more retracement to the downside. Again, I did highlight 1.4 as being a key level of resistance. If we do zoom out a little bit on the 4H and move across, you can see price has interacted with this level quite a lot, showing a lot of rejection, as you can see here previously, not too long ago there as well. So if you were to push down to 1.4, then could look to take price higher from then on. But right now, price is far too bullish. I want to see a retracement first before looking to get involved. USD CAD, similar thing here, another USD pair again. Price action is still very, very bearish here. Looking at the 4H, looking at the hourly, I did highlight this level here on the hourly time frame, saying if you could get a push into that level, nice area to capitalize on some pullbacks and a continuation to the downside. But again, price action here very, very choppy, rangy, consolidating. Not looking to get involved really in that price action, so no trade there for me. USD bias is the downside, expecting to see further continuation. Looks like that is slowly happening for USD. Price is slowly turning bearish here. Had that nice push to the upside yesterday, and looks like price is slowly turning to the downside there as well. So I do see a nice drop to the downside for USD back into this support here at least, and if we take up that level, could go a lot further there as well. And USD as well, I feel like we could see some retracement. We do have price support now turn resistance that could cause that could give us a nice area to look to go short on, because again, USD my bias is still to the downside, and you can see the structure of the market is forming clear lower highs and clear lower lows there as well. So looking for that next lower high, it could happen at this area. If we do get that bearish price action, could look to take advantage at that area from that level. So definitely look to see if you can get more downside continuation for USD CHF and for that pair. Thank you, Gavin, really do appreciate that. We'll be looking to put more signals out there on my Telegram channel, and also keep up with my analysis on my weekly forecast videos, which I produce every Saturday. So thank you for that good feedback, does really mean a lot. And thank you again for joining us on that live stream. Do really appreciate that. But again, like I said, it is the end of the live stream, guys. Thank you again for joining us. Actually, quickly before I go, like I said before, currently in this AD CAD position now in the 4H, looking for a move to the upside to see if you can get a move back into this resistance, and then potentially even further than that. So yeah, currently in this long trade in AD CAD, we'll let you guys know how it gets on. I will probably still be in this trade again tomorrow during my live stream, so we'll fill you guys on how this trade is going. So make sure you're there for that live stream, 10 a.m. GMT time tomorrow morning. But yeah, again, thanks guys for joining us. Really do appreciate that. But it is the end of the live stream. Thanks again for joining, and I will see you guys tomorrow.